What is up, YouTube? It's your boy The Walk 71, PlayStation 4, and I'm here with another wrestling review for you all. The first of the many wrestling reviews that is coming in June, because we got this, the god awful Saudi show on Friday, Dominion, Fight for the Fallen, WWE Stomping Grounds, which is probably gonna suck. But anyways, let's get right into the show. This was NXT TakeOver 25, the 25th TakeOver. Big celebration. This is the first takeover in a minute that was not connected to one of the big four pay-per-views or just another pay-per-view that WWE is running per se. This was sold out at the Webster Bank Arena in Bridgeport, Connecticut, a small 10K seat arenas, and they sold it out apparently. But let's get right into the show. We open up with Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle. Going into this match, I feel like the story was more of Roderick Strong proving that he can actually win a match because Adam Cole, the whole story with Undisputed Era right now is that Adam Cole keeps attacking Roderick Strong verbally, saying he can't ever get anything done. So I guess Roderick Strong was trying to prove that he could take out his Matt Riddle problem for exact. So we open up with a really good match between Strong and Matt Riddle. Really great. We got a lot of stuff from Roderick Strong, a lot of back breakers, knees to the face. We got a lion tamer. Shout out to Chris Jericho. No, not lion. What's it called? The lion tamer? You know, it's basically a Walls of Jericho with a knee in the back. Matt Riddle got stuff into with a power bomb for a near fall. There was a ending of the match where Matt Riddle. I wouldn't even say the ending. It was, I guess you would say, the ending if I'm looking at the results. Basically, Matt Riddle went for his little corkscrew flip. Roderick Strong reversed it. Then later in the match, we got Matt Riddle putting Roderick Strong in a bro mission before Roderick Strong basically just took a bunch of elbows from Matt Riddle. And then we got the ending with I guess it would be a tombstone power driver, but it wasn't. But it was. I don't really know. According to what Wrestling Inc. says, it's called the Bro Destroyer Tombstone Power Driver for the win. I guess it's going to be Matt Riddle's secondary finisher, which is fine, I guess. It is what it is. So I think that this is setting Matt Riddle up to face Adam Cole for the NXT title, which, but if you've seen the thumbnail and if you pretty much seen the show live, you know Adam Cole wins. But I think this is setting up Matt Riddle to continue to feud with the Undisputed Era. That will eventually lead to him going for the NXT Championship. Good match, though. The next match we ended up getting was an even fire match. We had a fatal 4-way tag team ladder match for the vacant NXT tag titles. The Street Profits versus the Forgotten Sons versus the Undisputed Era, which would be Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, and Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. Now, before we get into the match, the story behind the match is that the Viking Warrior War Raiders Experience Machine relinquished the tag team titles so that their career can end on Monday Night Raw. So they relinquished the tag titles, and then it just came down to these four teams fighting each other into just a giant brawl. This match did not disappoint. As most ladder matches in NXT, this match did not disappoint. Lots of great stuff in this match. Let's start off with just the man, I don't even know where to start. It was so much going on in this match. What do I want to talk about? It was so much. This match was great. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I will be super surprised if this match doesn't get like a 5-star or a very high star rating. This match was it was insane. I mean, I don't want to go and talk about the ending of the match before I talk about the beginning of it. I'm just trying to. Fuck it, I guess we just say whatever. There was one spot that I really liked with Street Profits where they just took everybody out and they went for their finisher with Angelo Dawkins getting a super high frog splash. Then another spot where Dawkins jumped off of no, not Angelo Dawkins, Montez Ford. I keep getting it confused. Montez Ford went for an amazing frog splash. Then he did a spot where he jumped over Angelo Dawkins and basically went nut first onto Steve Cutler. There was another crazy spot where I believe it was Wesley Blake or Steve Cutler went for a suicide dive while two opponents was holding the ladder, and basically he just went head first with the suicide dive. He was trying to get the Chris Benoit concussion syndrome going. This man went head first for a suicide dive. Then eventually Angelo Dawkins jumped to the outside from the top rope to the outside and took everybody out. There was another amazing spot where Undisputed Era was able to catch the what's their names? The Forgotten Sons, and Kyle O'Reilly was able to put, I believe it was Steve Cutler, in a leg lock while he was climbing the ladder trying to take out the leg, because if you know psychology wise, you take out your opponent's leg, they can't really climb. So he did all that. Then as soon as that happened, you could hear the crowd react because Jackson Riker, aka Gunner from TNA, was standing at the stage, who's also part of the Forgotten Sons. He came in there. Kyle O'Reilly had this crazy look on his face. And then he came into the ring and just took everybody out. Literally just destroyed everybody, which shows that NXT is going to put some stock into Jackson Riker as a single wrestler himself. So just took out everybody. And then it got to a point where everybody just decided to team up with each other and pull up on Jackson Riker, and they just stomped the living shit out of Jackson Riker. He got stomped out prison style. Then after that, they all picked up the ladder and just kept picking it up and dropping the ladder on his back. Just picking it up and dropping the ladder on his back. Then eventually Montez Ford went for a plancha to the outside, and Riker barely caught him. And then Oney Lorcan went for a flying. It was basically the same thing, just a more aggressive version of a plancha to the outside, and took out Riker. Then eventually just went to every man for himself. Eventually we get to a part where everybody's just taking each other out with all types of crazy moves. There was one spot in the match where like they basically power bombed. Okay, so what happened was Bobby Fish was climbing the ladder. I think Kyle O'Reilly got hit in the face and his mouth started bleeding, so I'm assuming he like got hit in the face and probably lost a tooth or something. So then they decide, somebody from the Forgotten Sons, I forgot which one, decides to pick up Kyle O'Reilly, powerbomb him to a ladder, and thus knocking Bobby Fish off of the ladder. And he got messed up because of that. Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch pretty much just did Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan stuff, uppercutting people all crazy. Getting tossed in the ladders. But we get to the end of the match where all the teams basically took each other out. There's another amazing spot I liked in the match where both, once again, they were almost taking a lot of the big bumps. The Forgotten Sons were climbing the ladder, and Angelo Dawkins and Danny Burch both grabbed each Forgotten Son in an electric chair position and then proceed to do their own moves. Thus, Oney Lorcan doing a flying uppercut from the top rope and then knocking one of the Forgotten Sons out. And then the Street Profits doing their electric chair neck breaker move, which is a pretty cool spot. We get to the end of the match, though. After everybody takes each other out, it's down to the Forgotten Sons climbing the ladder, right? As soon as one is climbing the ladder, Angelo Dawkins comes out of nowhere, hits a crazy spear, and Montez Ford jumps from the rope onto the ladder, knocks off the other Forgotten Sons, and grabs the NXT Tag Team Champions. As we have new NXT Tag Team Champions in the Street Profits. They won the match. Really good moment. They celebrated in the crowd. It was really great because the Street Profits are a really good tag team. Really great tag team at NXT. They were able to improve their craft a lot when they went over and worked a lot of Evolve shows and won their tag team titles and was working matches, just getting better. And then when they came back, they just kept getting over, had a great match with the War Raiders. And then from there on, it's just been trying to get them to win the titles because this was also their first takeover as well. And somebody like Angelo Dawkins, who has literally been in NXT since the very beginning, finally gets a title, finally gets on a takeover, and he's finally in a role on TV that's good. Because Angelo Dawkins has literally went from being Sasha Banks' manager at live events to teaming up with Sawyer Fulton to just being the number one jobber in NXT. Like, whenever you want to debut somebody, you face Angelo Dawkins. To all types of stuff. And now he's finally over with the Street Profits gimmick. I'm really excited. I'm happy because I am a fan of the Street Profits. I'm happy that they won the NXT tag titles. Really great match. So I can't wait to see what they do from here on in at the next takeover. So after that, we got a match that I've been looking forward to for a minute, and that is the NXT North American title match between the returning Tyler Breeze to NXT versus the Velveteen Dream. You all have seen my videos. You know how much I love Velveteen Dream. And ever since the creation of this whole Velveteen Dream character, I've always wanted to have him face Tyler Breeze. And I thought it would never happen because Tyler Breeze would never go back to NXT. But now we got it because Tyler Breeze is officially back in NXT. So the story behind this match is that this is Velveteen Dream's NXT. Tyler Breeze is coming back, because he has not been used at all on the main roster. So he came back down to NXT, and he was saying that the North American title inspires him to do better. Velveteen Dream inspires him to do better. And the Dream is basically saying that he's glad Tyler Breeze is back. After all the failures he's done, he's ready for him to get back into the spotlight. So it was all types of stuff. We get to the entrances, get the regular Tyler Breeze entrance and whatnot. He's had better entrances at TakeOver, but it's his first one back, so I'll let it slide. As for the Dream, though, he's got a bar to keep, bro. He has got to have a over-the-top entrance every TakeOver, no matter what. And this one didn't disappoint. He came out, he had the Chinese fan, and he was full princed out. He had the puffy shirt, the glasses. He had his hair braided into a mohawk. And the Velveteen Dream just looked clean. Had gold pants, so you already know he was going to win the match. Had the North American title with the Velcro strap on. I'm sorry. But it had the Velcro strap, and because it's a bigger title, the strap is just bigger. I do not like this whole Velcro strap gimmick for the damn titles. It's a championship, not a fucking toy. You put the straps on a toy, not an actual world championship. But anyways, get to the match itself. The match was put in the middle of the card, and it took a minute for it to get going. But once it got going, like the last 5 minutes of it, it turned out to a great match, but I did not like the finish of it at all. So we had a part where Velveteen Dream went for a Dream Valley Driver for a near fall. Tyler Breeze hit a supermodel kick. I would say the best part of this match didn't even require any wrestling, and it was when Velveteen Dream just kept bashing and just super kicking Tyler Breeze's face in, and then he decided to take the North American title, put it on the announcer table, grab Tyler Breeze's phone, and decides to take a selfie with it, along with Tyler Breeze's knocked out face, and it actually showed on the Titantron, which I marked out for. It was great. We get to a part where they basically this entire match have been milking Breeze to hit the Unprettier. So eventually, Dream hits the Unprettier for a near fall after a bunch of transitions. Then we get to a part where Dream was gonna go for his double axe handle, and Tyler Breeze caught him and was able to hit him with a super kick, and then hits the Unprettier. When he hits the Unprettier, Velveteen Dream does a ridiculous sell, just falling face first, spiking himself and flipping over. It was like rock level of selling. So he does that for a near fall. It actually got me because it looked like he might actually win the match. Then after that, eventually Tyler Breeze goes for the beauty shot. He connects with it, but Velveteen Dream rolls to the outside. And this is where we get this ending that I did not agree with, and I'll tell you why. So Dream is out on the outside. The referee's counting. Tyler Breeze is trying to bring him back into the ring, realizes he can't. So he gets back into the ring, argues with the ref. Dream takes the North American title, tries to use it as a weapon. The referee's distracted, hits the Dream Valley Driver, hits the Purple Rainmaker, and wins the match. And that's the end of it. Now, the match was great. It was cool. They did their stuff. I just did not like the ending of it because I felt like you shouldn't have gone that route. Because Tyler Breeze should not stop a match to stop the referee from counting. All Tyler Breeze had to do was break the count and bring Velveteen Dream back into the match. That didn't make any sense. And then the whole just using the title as a distraction, I didn't really like that. But that just didn't make sense for him to stop a referee from counting instead of just breaking the count himself. But anyways, it's a good match. After the match, Velveteen Dream and Tyler Breeze took a selfie in the ring, and Dream just celebrated. And hopefully this sets up for a potential rematch between the two, but we'll see. After that, we actually got a vignette, something we haven't gotten on TV in a minute. On NXT, I should say. I can't even say Raw or SmackDown because we've been doing this whole Bray Wyatt thing, and it's been rejuvenating his career, essentially. But we got the vignette for Punishment Martinez, who is now known as Damian Priest, and it seems that he just has a gimmick where he gets a bunch of tattoos and he's just a hard rock dude. I guess he's gonna be what we wanted out of Baron Corbin, but unfortunately will not be getting anytime soon now. The next match we got was the NXT Women's title match between the challenger Io Shirai and Shayna Baszler. This match, good as well. I felt like it was trying to be more of a showcase for Io Shirai. She did a lot of stuff she does, like springboard drop kick. There were tons of teases of her hitting the moonsault. She actually hit the moonsault on the outside on Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler once again does her stuff, works on the arm of Io Shirai. We get to the later half of the match. Shayna's essentially her, I don't even know what you would call them. I guess her bodyguard. I don't know what, Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke, her heavies, I guess you could say, decide to get involved. Candice LeRae shows up because she says she had Io Shirai's back, uses a kendo stick, wows all stupid on them, and then eventually Candice LeRae hits like a cross body dive from the apron to the outside. So after that, we get back into the match. Shayna Baszler tries to take advantage of it, goes for the Karafuda clutch before Io Shirai gets out of it, hits her moonsault for a near fall. Then eventually it turned into Io Shirai trying to do all types of pinning predicaments before getting caught with the Karafuda clutch and trying to fight out of it. It gets to a part where Shirai tries to put her foot on the rope, couldn't do that. Tried to grab the rope, couldn't do that. So eventually she just tapped out and Shayna Baszler retained. After the match, we get a more aggressive Io Shirai as she just starts beating up Shayna Baszler with the kendo stick, and then eventually gets a chair from Candice LeRae and does a moonsault with the chair onto Shayna Baszler, and then that was it. Now, I have to say this was an okay showing for Io, but now I feel like we're going to get a more aggressive Io Shirai because now she has something to fight for because she lost the match, and now she has a reason, I guess. Kind of like the same thing I said about Bianca Belair, which I don't even know where the trajectory and the progression is with that, because I thought she would have had a one-on-one match by now, but I guess we're just going to wait and see what happens, because I think at the next TakeOver we'll probably get Baszler and Shirai again. But anyways, we got a more aggressive Io Shirai. The crowd actually chant "You deserve it" to Shayna Baszler, which is like kind of stupid because like Shayna Baszler didn't do nothing wrong. She just won a match and then got attacked. But anyways, it is what it is. After that, we got an NXT UK TakeOver Cardiff that's been announced August 31st. It was the same day. Which is the same day as the AEW show, which is fine. Now that I realize that the UK's time zone is different from the America's time zone, so we'll get this show at like 2-3 o'clock on Sunday, and then we'll get the AEW show at like 7. So that's fine. I don't care. But that's also the same day as a New Japan UK show, which is funny that NXT has a UK show as well. But anyways, we get to the main event of the match. The rematch between Adam. Okay, my bad. I'm gonna interject this in the video before I get to the final match because I just realized this after. Adam Cole had an amazing entrance in this match against Johnny Gargano, which is probably the reason why he won. He had Wrestling Flow's Josiah Williams, who's actually signed to the company. He had him perform one of his videos as his entrance theme. He actually performed and rap to the Undisputed Era theme song, because it's something he does on Instagram. He raps over wrestling theme songs, and a lot of wrestlers actually like it. So they decided to bring him on to actually perform for Adam Cole's entrance, which is, I'm going to say this, I'm going to take it to the grave. It's the real reason why he won the NXT title. But anyways, enjoy the rest of the video. Peace. Cole and Johnny Gargano, the rematch to a match that everyone has called the greatest match in NXT. I personally didn't think it was the greatest match in NXT. It was a good match. It had a lot of cool spots, but there was a lot of just slow spots. And then there was the part of Johnny Gargano kicking out of every single move, kicking out of the Red Dragon's finisher. What did they call it? Because it's not the Chasing the Dragon. They didn't do that. If they did that, Adam Cole would have won that match. The total elimination. He kicked out of total elimination, kicked out of Roderick Strong's stuff, and then kicked out of Adam Cole's stuff and then won the match. So the whole story behind this is basically Adam Cole just wants his rematch, and he feels he should win this match because he felt he should have won the previous match, even though it was a 2 out of 3 falls match and he lost 2 falls. But anyways, we get to the match. The match starts off as usual. You know, everybody then testing each other out, doing their different moves before Adam Cole eventually works on Johnny, not even works on it, attacks Johnny Gargano's leg. And actually, Johnny Gargano stomped on Adam Cole's arm, and that just made me cringe because it looked like he broke it. So both of them basically had their own Achilles heel. After that, eventually we just got a bunch of cool ass spots in the match. Johnny Gargano hitting his springboard DDT for a near fall. There was a super kick fest where they just each hit super kicks on each other and then eventually super kicking each other on the outside. That was pretty cool. We got a part where basically Adam Cole works on Johnny Gargano's leg for a minute. Even puts him in a figure 4 before getting reversed into a position where Johnny Gargano is taking advantage of the figure 4. We got another part of the match where they basically just did all of their stuff, but actually let the moves breathe a little bit. So there was a Panama Sunrise. No, there was a teasing of a Panama Sunrise. Never really connected with it. Then we got a Panama Sunrise to the outside that made me go, holy shit, before Johnny Gargano kicked out of it. There was a part where Adam Cole went for the last shot and didn't win the match that time. Hold on, let me refresh this real quick so I can get the full results. There we go. There was another part of the match where Johnny Gargano went for a suicide dive and got met with a super kick that had a holy shit chant. There was a Panama Sunrise to the floor, as mentioned, for a 2 fall. Then they just start talking trash. Gargano goes for the Gargano escape, but eventually Adam Cole gets out of it. Cole eventually kicks out of 2 from another DDT. So eventually we get to the ending of the match. Basically, finisher after finisher. Johnny Gargano plays possum, and then eventually sets Adam Cole into the Gargano escape. Once he puts him in the Gargano escape, it looked like he was going to tap out. They start rolling all over the ring. Then eventually Adam Cole just starts attacking Johnny Gargano's leg. Tried to go for another Panama Sunrise, which is like a flip pile driver or a Canadian destroyer, before Johnny Gargano gets reverses into a pin. Cole kicks out of it, goes for another one. Then after he goes for another one, hits the last shot and wins the match. And I popped because I'm glad that Adam Cole won the title because it pretty much validates his character in all of Undisputed Era. I felt like he needed this win way more than Johnny Gargano. Plus, it just looked like Cole was winning the match because of this video they put out where they basically like followed both of them. And it was like Gargano is taking all in. He got the hero's welcome when he went back to Cleveland. He threw a pitch at an Indians game. He was at the Browns training facility. He had a celebration party at his family restaurant. All this type of stuff while Adam Cole has just been working his ass off, winning matches on live events and never forgetting the feeling that he lost the match. Plus, I think they were also trying to tell a story of that Roderick Strong is no longer needed in Undisputed Era because when he's not involved in matches, Adam Cole wins. And that's what happened. So after the match, Undisputed Era celebrates with Adam Cole. Bobby Fish. I was about to say Bobby Strong. Bobby Fish actually has his arm in a cast, which is not good. I hope it's not that bad. And they basically just celebrate with Adam Cole as the show go off the air. Great show from NXT TakeOver. Really great. I would have to say my favorite match. Shit, I don't know. It's hard. That's what's hard about these takeovers. Unlike the main roster, I can't pick what my favorite match is. I liked the Adam Cole and Gargano because this match was way better than their match at TakeOver New York. This was a great match, but the ladder match was great. The Strong and Riddle match was great. The Shayna and Io match was great, and the Dream Tyler Breeze match was cool, It's just the finish was very Road Dogg-ish, and I'm actually getting scared because Road Dogg works with NXT now, and I'm so scared of that. You don't realize Road Dogg is not good. Like, if you want to talk about the downfall of SmackDown in 2017, ask Road Dogg about that. He's totally behind that. So I really hope that he doesn't ruin NXT and puts his Road Dogg, dumbass logic to stuff. But anyways, it's not about Road Dogg. It's about NXT. It's about NXT putting on another great show. Show is a 10 out of 10 as usual. It was really great. 5 matches, 5 and out. Got the show over it quick. It's like 9 o'clock. I can still probably upload this tonight. But overall, great show. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Do what you do to support me. Be on the lookout for all other videos coming out. Like I said, I'm trying to get this college video started. I'm trying to see if I can get other people involved in it, like my actual friends from college, and just have a giant conference call of us talking about certain idiotic stuff that happened during our freshman year in college, because I feel like that'd be a really interesting video. I think it's more or less just going to turn into another storytime video. So if y'all like the storytime videos where I just talk about random stuff that's happened to me in my 19 years of life, which isn't that much, but I felt like there's certain stuff that happened to me that normally wouldn't happen to other people. And I'm not saying my life is amazing. My life is pretty regular right now, but it is what it is. I'm rambling rabbit. But do like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Be on the lookout. Dropping more wrestling reviews this month than probably ever. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on. I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that AEW exists so I can have more wrestling to watch, I guess you can say. But anyway, guys, I'm out. Peace.